absolutely hypocritical of this guy.
Has expired. Dennis O'Rourke.
Mr Speaker, the government has made the Christchurch rebuild a top priority. It's putting great weight on the rebuild to drive the economy. Indeed, it has little else as an economic strategy to reinvigorate the economy. The fact is, if the rebuild falters, New Zealand falters. We must get the rebuild right or the cost to the nation will be enormous. So it's time for some scrutiny of the government's approach to the rebuild. After 2 years of policy stagnation, inaction on insurance issues, grossly unfair decisions on red zone property owners, lack of progress on road repairs, poor progress on home repairs and rebuilds, unaddressed health issues arising from silt pools under homes in many parts of the city, and other health issues, the sheer number of complaints about the performance of the Earthquake Commission, and the similar number of complaints about Fletcher's performance, including allegations of fraud and corruption over the monitoring of home repair contracts, the only fair assessment of the government's performance is that it has failed in its duties and has failed to provide the leadership needed. Mr Speaker, some serious wrongs are being committed too. They say that power corrupts, and there is a real sense of hubris attaching to the minister responsible for the Christchurch rebuild. Minister Brownlee is behaving increasingly like a Soviet-style commissar whose word is above the law. His arbitrary edicts are punishing the innocent. Holders of vacant sections in the red zone have been robbed of 50% of their land value, robbed of the compensation any other Kiwi would get if the government effectively took their land. The government can no longer sustain some of its shoddy policy making over red zoned land. The use of outdated, inaccurate 2007 rating values was bad enough, but the treatment of vacant section owners is utterly unconscionable. In New Zealand, it has been long accepted if the government compulsorily takes land, then it pays the fair market price for that land. That means the pre-earthquake, pre-red zone value for that land. Mr Speaker, most Kiwis accept that it is a matter of simple fairness that the government would not take advantage of a disaster situation to acquire land at less than its fair value. Here is part of an email I received only today from a distressed red zoned vacant section owner, distraught about the coming 31 March deadline. Quote, "With red zone section owners' deadline of March 31 fast approaching and both Brownlee and Sutton refusing to justify what is happening, but saying take 50% or we can force acquisition at a lower price, we are stuck between a rock and a hard place. I understand there is some sort of parliamentary finance committee looking into the situation and its submissions close April 15. But we have to accept the offer by March 31. This is just one example of the ridiculous situations we have had to deal with. 2 years' stress waiting for any decision is equally ridiculous. I understand you are busy, but this insane situation is reaching a climax, and the 100 families facing financial ruin, bankruptcy in some cases, are desperate for help before March 31, unquote. That says it all, really. The other big area of government failure, of course, is insurance. It is high time for the government to sort out the insurance debacle. A great volume of contested insurance claims continue to fester, causing untold grief and anguish to totally innocent parties. Blameless people are facing the guile, the manipulation and the artifice of well-practiced insurance companies. Why is the government not proactively supporting people who have paid their insurance bills in good faith for most of their lives? Why has no support system been put in place by the government to help insurance-stressed people? Many can't afford to buy advice. Why isn't it time...
Point of order, Honourable Jerry Brownlee.
Speaker, I'm just searching through standing orders. Just ask for your assistance. I believe that where a member is impugned in a speech, there is an immediate right of reply provided for in standing orders. I believe, sir, that most outrageous speech from the previous speaker did make such unparliamentary references, and I would like to have that right of reply.
Can the member point me in the right direction for the standing order, please? Because it is a debate at the end of the day. I didn't think the comments were that offensive to the member.
You can't stand up and just tell abject lies and misrepresentations like that.
The opportunity for the member...
I know it's his method. It's what he does all the time. There's no question
order,
about that.
That's not a point of order. If the member took offence, he should have raised it at the time. Sorry. Point of order, Chris Hipkins.
Mr Speaker, the general debate has traditionally been a very robust debate, and in fact the member himself made a very robust contribution in which he made a number of allegations about other members that they may well have also found to be very offensive, have been very offensive. The member in front of me is actually one of the person that I was referring to. So if Jerry Brownlee wants to have one set of rules for himself and one set of rules for everybody else, perhaps he's actually illustrating the point that Mr O'Rourke was making.
Order. No, I don't need any further assistance at all. Order. I don't need any further assistance whatsoever. This is a general debate. It's a robust debate. It occurs every Wednesday, and it is a good opportunity for politicians to have a strong debate. I take that to be a very strong debate. I think the members who raised the point of order, the Honourable Jerry Brownlee, is probably referring to a standing order 355, which is around the impugning of a member through an oral question time. This is a debate. There are other calls of the National Party. The member, if he was really offended, had the opportunity to make that comment at the time and didn't do so. So we are moving on with the next call, which is Honourable... Is there a point of order? Point of order from Gareth Hughes.
Speaker, just to assist, I think you might also refer to Standing Order 107, which would give the member the right to reply to if a member is misrepresented, misquoted or misunderstood. But I think also Mr Brownlee is out of order to apply.
Order.
I think with abject lies in the House. Mr Brownlee can't say that.
Order. I do appreciate that contribution, but we have moved on. I've made a ruling. Honourable Anne Tully.
Mr Speaker, it's no secret in this House that I am very fond of Dr.